a big fella. He's 6'3", goes close to 200 pounds, and he's known as a strikeout pitcher with occasional control trouble. Now, he only struck out, 3 in the ball game he beat Boston. Oh, he struck out 1 and walked 3 in 10 innings. So he's Major League bats, a little different from the bats in the minors, of course. And as Horace Clarke gets ready to step in for the Yankees, but first we're going to have a first ball ceremony. And Senator from here in Baltimore is throwing a ball down the upper deck. That's a new one. Was that Senator Fisher?
I think so. That may be a new distance record for first ball.
Well, as Horace Clarke steps in to lead off with the Yankees, stepping in behind the mic, here's Frank Messer.
Okay, Bill White, thank you very much, and good evening once again, everybody. Horace Clarke is hitting .273 right now. He has 7 base hits, 71 singles, 8 doubles. He'll be up there as a left-hand hitter against this youngster, Jesse Jefferson. One of the most impressive things I've heard about Jefferson, Bill, in his first Major League start, it was in Boston's Fenway Park. He shut the Red Sox out with 2 outs in the 9th inning, had a 1-0 lead. We'll tell you in a minute. Right now, his first pitch to Clarke. High, ball 1, this game is underway. He was leading 1-0, 2 outs in the 9th. Enrico Petrocelli took him into the screen to tie the ball game up. Pitches down low, a fastball, 2-0. But then he came right back. The Orioles scored in the 10th, and he retired this side in the bottom half of the 10th to win his first Major League start. This is his second. Pitch to Clarke, fastball is over, strike call, 2-1. And Jefferson wants another baseball. So he pitched a complete game victory in his first Major League start, going 10 innings, allowing 7 hits. And only 1 run. Pitch is in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike to Horace Clarke, who hasn't swung the bat yet. Ellie Howard coaching at first base for the Yankees. Dick Hauser on the lines at third. And the 3-1 pitch. Fastball is inside. Clarke is on. So Jefferson loses his first batter. The batter now will be Roy White. Clarke and White had good nights last night. Clarke went 3 for 4. Roy went 2 for 3. The Yankees had 10 base hits but could not score in the ball game. Roy White is batting .240 right now. First pitch to White. He bluffs a bunt, takes a fastball for a strike. Even though the Yankees were shut out for the 11th time this season, they still lead the Baltimore Orioles by 2 games in the American League East. Throw to first base. Clarke is safe. Big Earl Williams playing first base again tonight for the Orioles, with Andy Etchebarren behind the plate. Brooks Robinson comes in on the grass down the line at third, and the pitch is taken for strike 2. He used a slider that time. 0-2. Mark Belanger at shortstop and Bobby Grich at second base. The outfield plays White to pull, Baylor in left, Blair in center, and Rudimond in right field. Clarke takes his lead and draws a throw. He gets back. The umpires, Nestor Shylock at home plate, Joe Brinkman at first base, Larry McCoy at second base, and Hank Morganwick at third base. There's the stretch by Jefferson and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a fastball. White goes down swinging. 1 away. And it brings up Matty Alou playing first base for the Yankees tonight. Matty Alou went 1 for 4 last night. He is hitting .282. With the exception of Thurman Munson, it is an all left-hand hitting lineup for the Yankees. Jefferson stretches and deals, and they call for a pitch out. Clarke was not going, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Dick Hauser goes through the signs down at third base. And a spin and a throw to first. Clarke is safe. Jesse Jefferson deals, and Alou swings and misses 1-1. Jefferson is 23 years old. Bill White told you, 6'3", 195. From Midlothian, Virginia, a suburb of Richmond. Throw to first. Clarke is safe.
Well, the reason he throws over there so much, Frank, this young fella takes a lot of time releasing the ball. He not only takes a lot of time kicking that left leg up, but also on the backswing with his arm.
All right, this pitch is cut out and missed. It was out of the strike zone. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes now on Matty Alou. Clark at first. Williams is holding him on. And he deals. Breaking ball, high and tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Matty. Clark looks across at Dick Hauser. Matty Alou chokes up on the bat. Feet close together in the left-hand batter's box. There's the set and the pitch. Changeup is inside. And the count is full, 3-2. So we see now that Jefferson has all 4 basic pitches, the fastball, the curveball, the slider, and the change. He also has a big chaw of tobacco tucked away in his left cheek. Rather unusual. Throw to first, safe. For a youngster anymore in baseball. Usually you find the veterans are the tobaccateurs. But he comes down there in tobacco country. Clark going, 3-2 pitch is fouled back. Matty reached for it. Understand, too, this kid was so highly thought of by Orioles scout Dick Bowie, that when Lou Gorman, the farm director for Kansas City, called the kid to work out, they had to hide him away. There goes Clark again. Pitch is hit to the shortstop. Belanger's up, flips to second, out, back to first, double play. A 6-4-3 double play. Belanger to Grich to Williams. And that retires the side. So at the end of the top half of the first inning, the score, the Yankees nothing and the Orioles coming to bat.
More than 1 million people borrow from Abco Financial Services every year. When you believe in people, the word gets around.
When you believe in people, the word gets around.
Abco Financial Services believes in people from Hoboken, New Jersey to Hilo, Hawaii, from Missoula, Montana to Melbourne, Australia. Over 1 million people every year with over 1 million loans for everything from appliances to x-rays. So when you come into Abco, you come into money. Because if you deserve the credit, at Abco you get it. Spread the word. Abco Financial Services.
When you believe in people, the word gets around. When you believe in people, the word gets around. When you believe in people.
Well, big Sam McDowell out warming up for the Yankees as we go into the bottom of the first. McDowell has won 2 games and lost none so far. He hasn't had a complete ball game, but he has an excellent ERA, 1.98. He's given up just 3 earned runs in 13 2/3 innings. So Sudden Sam out there trying now for his 3rd straight win in a Yankee uniform, and here to tell you about it, Frank Messer.
All right, Bill, we have a score here from Boston. The Red Sox just scored 6 runs in the 6th inning and now have a lead of 13-4 over Cleveland at the end of 6.5. Redeman went 0 for 3 last night. He's hitting .206. And McDowell's first pitch, he checks his swing, and it's a ball high. One ball and no strikes to Redeman, right-hand batter. Grich on deck, then Blair. McDowell rocks, kicks, and fires. Fastball is in there for a strike. The Sudden one has a lifetime record of 9-17 against Baltimore. His next pitch. Cut on, bounce to third. Taken on one hop by Nettles. Throws to first, that's all. For Redeman, there's one away. And now Bobby Grich, the second baseman, in the number 2 slot in the batting order. Grich hitting .239. He has 6 home runs and 16 runs batted in. He's a right-hand hitter. Turned out to be the premier defensive second baseman in the American League. Only 1 error and well over 400 chances this year. Pitch to him. Taken low, ball 1. Paul Blair is on deck. Now the 1-0 pitch. Strike call. McDowell, in 2 starts with the Yankees, has pitched 14 innings, allowed 9 hits, walked 10, struck out 12, earned run average of 1.98. He delivers again, and this one is fouled back on the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bobby Grich. Paul Blair is on deck. McDowell shakes Munson off on a sign, gets an up, left-hander deals, and the pitch is popped up on the right side. Matty Alou down the first baseline in fair territory after it, and one-hands it. Matty Alou came dancing down the line and finally reached out and one-handed that one well in fair territory. 2 out, and here is Paul Blair. I told Thurman Munsonville when Blair came up for the first time to do this. Pop his fingers in his face.
Get him out of the trance?
To take him out of the trance. And Thurman just did it. Let's see what happened.
Hey, he's in some kind of hot streak.
Yes, he is. One of the top hitters in the league right now at 321. Hope Thurman could pop his fingers louder than I can. That did it. Blair went 2 for 4 last night with a double and a home run. The first pitch to him, low and inside, ball 1. Blair has been in the hottest streak of his major league career during the past month. Since May 29th, he's hit .435, going 40 for 92. He went from 218 to 321. Next pitch, he goes down right up under his chin. So they knock Blair down. And the count is 2-0. In his last 11 games, Blair has hit .535. He swings on this one and fouls it back. 2 balls and a strike. He's had 23 hits in his last 11 games, with 6 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 11 runs scored, 10 more batted in. And he has a 5-game hitting streak. 2 balls and a strike to him from left-hander Sam McDowell. McDowell into the wind. 2-1 pitch. Taken low. Ball 3, and it's 3-1. Breeze is blowing from left field over toward right. We had showers just before the game here. Thunderstorm activity in the area. 3-1 pitch to Blair. Cut on and foul back off Nestor Shylock. That got Nestor right in the mask, at the bottom of the mask, it looks like. He is shaken up just a bit. The Oriole trainer, Ralph Salvon, started out. And Nestor says he's okay, and he'll put the gear back on. Three balls and 2 strikes on Blair. McDowell winds and deals. Blair hits a fly ball out of the fairly shallow center. Bobby Mercer didn't see it right away. Now he picks it up and makes the catch coming in. The side is retired as Mercer did not see that ball at first. But he got to it, and it's 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across at the end of 1. The Yankees nothing and Baltimore nothing.
Whenever there have been songs they've sung of home.
For hills of home.
Years beyond or within memory, home.
Baby, won't you please come home, I need.
And now, home. In many ways, our name tells the story of the Home Savings Bank. Whatever savings program you choose, Home pays you the highest rates of interest on your savings allowed by law. No bank offers more than Home. The Home Savings Bank. Growing, with offices in Albany, Colony, Greenwich, Hoosick Falls, and Guilderland. Growing. Not to be big, just to be better. An FDIC member, where most offices are open Saturdays.
Well, the Yankees return home tomorrow night to face Gaylord Perry, Mr. Moist, and the Cleveland Indians. And the Yankees will use young right-hander Doc Medich. The Yankees have announced to Frank Lester that they have decided not to put a special camera on Sam McDowell. They feel that the American League can take care of the whole situation. So they will not use a camera on Gaylord Perry. Of course, the National League tried that anyway a couple of years back, and it didn't work. He's a slickster.
In more ways than one.
Yep.
Bobby Mercer will lead off the second for the New York Yankees. Mercer had a couple of base hits last night, and Bobby is now hitting .292. He has 12 home runs, second best on the club, and he leads in RBI with 48. He takes a strike. Ronnie Bloomberg is on deck. They play Mercer to pull, the infield and the outfield well around to the right side. And the next pitch. Fastball is high. 1-1. Jesse Jefferson brings it. And Mercer swats it on 2 hops to first. Williams has it underhands to the pitcher covering. He's out. Jefferson almost stumbled going over the bag. Mercer is out. Williams to the pitcher Jefferson covering. 1 away. And Ronnie Bloomberg, the designated hitter. Bloomberg continues to lead the major leagues in hitting. He's batting .401, 55 hits for 137 trips. He swings and pulls one foul down the right side, well back into the mezzanine level, but foul. He jumped on an off-speed pitch that time. Willie Horton of Detroit is second in the league with a .339 batting average. Then comes Rod Carew of Minnesota, .333. Paul Blair of the Orioles, .320. Bloomberg after this one pops it up into shallow right. Back goes Gritch. In comes Blair from center, and Blair takes it. Gritch was going back, and Redeman coming in from right, but Blair materialized from nowhere to make the catch coming in from center field. 2 outs, and Greg Nettles the batter. John Mayberry of Kansas City leads the American League in home runs with 19. Carlton Fisk and Dick Allen have 16 each. First pitch to Nettles. Cut on, hit off the fist in the air to center. Blair is going back. This ball is hit well, but catchable and is caught by Paul Blair. And Jesse Jefferson has an easy 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing across for the Yankees, and at the end of the top half of the second inning, the score, New York nothing and Baltimore nothing.
Just a B. And how about the second class and the third? Does your beer keep getting the same good grade? You're not getting a first beer pleasure every beer through. It's time you got into shape, because the flavor of Shaper rates straight A's, first frosty glass to last. That's what puts the one beer to have when you're having more than one a cut above the others. Frank Messer, I was talking to Kenny Aspromani, the Cleveland skipper, when we were in Cleveland last, and he was telling me about his mother, who will be at the stadium for her birthday on the 1st of July, and Gaylord Perry happened to walk by, and he says, "How come you haven't been saying good things about me?" And I looked at him and said, "Well, I've been saying good things about you. You've got the best bitter I've seen. That's a good thing." Well, evidently he's heard that we've said some things about his sinker.
All right, Tommy Davis will lead off here for the Baltimore Orioles. Davis, 2 for 4 last night. Right-hand batter, and he swings at the first pitch, base hit. Past Sudden Sam into center field. So Davis, who is hitting .270, will improve on that batting average, and that is the first hit of this ball game. Well, I thought that was very complimentary of you, Bill.
Certainly. He walked away and he said, guys got to make a living. That's all he said.
Well, you know, he was quoted in the papers up there saying that he knew that Houck would go do anything he could to beat him, and he said, I got to do anything I can do to beat the Yankees. So he'll pitch tomorrow night. Who does he draw from the Yankees?
Doc Medich.
Doc Medich. All right, Earl Williams, the first baseman, will lead off here. Williams went 1 for 4 last night. He had a double. He's batting .221, right-hand hitter. Incidentally, Cleveland beat Boston 4-2 in their first game. Dick Tidrow got the win. Ray Culp the loser. First pitch to Williams. He bunts foul back on the screen. John Ellis hit his 6th home run of the year for Cleveland with 2 men on, so that was the winning hit in the ball game. Rico Petrocelli hit number 10 for Boston. In the second game, 13-4, Boston at the end of 6.5. Reggie Smith has the game's only home run, his 8th. Bosman started, Lamb in the 4th, Kakich in the 6th when Boston scored 6 runs. Patton and Moret in the 6th for Boston. T. Davis at first takes his lead. Williams hits one in the air to left field. Coming on for it is Roy White. He's under it, makes the catch, and there's one away. Milwaukee plays at Detroit tonight, Minnesota at Texas, Kansas City at Oakland, and Chicago at California in other games. Right now, Don Baylor, the left fielder. Baylor is hitting .227 with 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. He went 0 for 2 last night. Montreal and Chicago, in that game suspended yesterday, finally went 18 innings with Montreal winning it 5-4. Stoneman, the winning pitcher, and Hooten, the loser, both in relief. First pitch to Baylor is popped up. Munson has to chase Baylor out of the way, and now he gets under it. Munson makes the catch. Munson took that one in fair territory. Looked like Baylor standing around the plate there, and it sounded like Munson said, hey, get out of the way. You could hear it all the way up here. So there are 2 down with Davis at first base and Brooks Robinson the batter. Brooks Robinson is hitting .216. He has 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in. Right-hand hitter. Chicago took the second game, or the regulation game, 4-2 over Montreal. Brooks hits a drive to deep left center field. Coming over to his right, Mercer, the center fielder, takes it to retire the side. So again, a lot of first ball hitting, no runs, a base hit, no errors, and a man left. At the end of 2, the score, Yankees nothing and Baltimore nothing.
The incredible shrinking dollar. It's been frozen, inflated, deflated, devalued once, and devalued again. And who knows what else lies ahead of it. There's only one thing we know for sure about the dollar. Its value is going down, as prices are going up. That's why it's more important than ever to get the most mileage out of a dollar. And that's where we come in. At Getty, we sell premium gasoline for a few cents less per gallon than most other major premiums. So you get extra gas for your money. In fact, if you drive around 12,000 miles a year and you use Getty Premium instead of another major premium, you get about 75 extra gallons, which is enough gas to take you about 1,000 miles. Now that's what we'd call getting more mileage out of the dollar.
Well, the pitchers for the rest of that Cleveland series, which starts tomorrow night at the stadium at 7:30. Of course, it'll be Medich against Perry tomorrow night. Then on Saturday afternoon, Stottlemyre against either Brent Strom or Mike Kakich. Now, Mike Kakich, he pitched in that second ball game, so he might be scratched. So it'll probably be Stottlemyre against Strom on Saturday. Then in Sunday's doubleheader, Dobson and Pagan. Pagan will be making his first major league appearance for the Yankees. Will go against Strom or Kakich again. It'll probably be Kakich then. and Tom Thurman will pitch the other game for the Cleveland Indians. So a big weekend series coming up with the Cleveland Indians over the weekend. Franklin?
Okay, Bill White. Now the Yankees try to get on the board here with Johnny Callison leading off. He takes a strike from Jefferson. Callison did not play last night. He comes up with a batting average of 162. 11 base hits, including 3 doubles, and the next pitch. High. 1-1. Thurman Munson is on deck, and then Gene Michael. Jesse Jefferson in his second major league start. Rocks, kicks, and deals. Curveball is hit on the ground right side. Fielded by Gritch. Fires to Jefferson covering. He's out. And again, Jefferson over the cover and not appearing to be too sure of himself. But he found the bag well ahead of Callison. Williams went very, very wide for that one. Couldn't get to it, so Jefferson had to cover.
That shows a lot of experience on the part of this young fella. Anything hit to the right side, he starts toward first base, and he's been playing baseball since 1968.
He'll pitch now to Thurman Munson. Thurman went hitless in 4 trips last night, so his average dip a bit to 291. And the pitch to him. Fastball is low, ball 1. Munson has 10 home runs, 38 runs batted in. He also leads the Yankees in doubles with 15. There's the windup and the pitch coming. Low again, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes. 1 out and nobody on. Jefferson to Munson. Just a bit outside. Ball 3. So he's behind 3-0. Jefferson walked Clark leading off the ball game. Struck out White, and Matty Alou grounded into a double play. Now the 3-0 to Munson. He takes, and the strike is called 3-1. In the second inning, he got Mercer on a ground ball, and Bloomberg and Nettles both on fly balls to center. He got Callison here on a ground ball to the right side, fielded by Gritch, and Jefferson covered on the plate. 3-1 pitch is hit in the air to shallow center. Blair coming hard, Gritch going out, neither one can get it. It bounces in for the base hit. So Thurman Munson is on with the Yankees' first hit of the ball game. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause for station identification.
Hi, I'm John Watson, extending an invitation for all of you sports fans to join me weekdays and Saturday nights. In John's World, we not only have music, but also weekdays we have the UPI financial reports at 15 before the hour on WQBK FM Rensselaer.
Gene Michael now with Munson down at first base. Thurman, of course, the only right-hand hitter in the Yankee lineup, comes up with the first hit. This is a ball hit in the air to center. Shallow, but Blair is there for this one. Makes the catch. Michael is out. 2 down. The batter is Horace Clark. Michael was hitting .243.
Number 20, Horace Clark.
Clark walked and then was erased in a double play in the first inning. Incidentally, the Yankees have their own bat boys down here for this Baltimore series. Mickey Morabito and Goose Melchior. Runner going, pitch taken low for a ball, slide, he's safe. Munson steals his second base, wasn't even close out there at second. He got an awfully big break on Jefferson. There again, Bill, you were talking about that motion. A runner can get a break on him.
You know, I think I could steal on him. From up here even. He just takes too long, Frank. That's one reason he throws so much to first base, and we'll probably see a lot of more pitch outs by Baltimore if Yankees get runners on.
All right, Munson leads now at second, and the pitch to Clark low and inside. They have a ball and a strike on the scoreboard. I thought that first pitch was taken for a ball. It must have been a strike. So let's change it and say it's 1-1 until we're proved incorrect. 2 outs. Munson, a pretty good-sized lead at second base. The next pitch. Clark fouls it away. He did not have a good swing at that one. A ball and 2 strikes. There's no score in this ball game here in the top half of the third inning. Roy White waiting on deck. And the 1-2 pitch to Clark. He's out. Called out on strikes. A curveball. A little delayed call there by Nestor Shylock. But he called him out on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Jefferson. For the Yankees, no runs, a base hit, no errors, and a man left. At the end of the top of the third, the score, New York nothing and Baltimore nothing.
You are listening to WQBK FM Rensselaer, New York Yankee baseball. My name is Dave Smith. In case the game is rained out, there's threatening skies over Baltimore. We'll be here with Sports Talk. And here tomorrow night with Sports Talk from 7:05 to 7:25.
Well, the Yankees have a couple of cover boys, Bobby Mercer and Ronnie Bloomberg, gracing the cover of this week's Sports Illustrated. And a fine article on the Yankees written by our good buddy William Leggett. He covered the Yankees during their recent homestand. He really got an eye full and a pen full, typewriter full. And Bobby and Ronnie make the cover. Andy Etchebarren will lead off. Etchebarren went 0 for 3 last night. He's batting .219. McDowell's pitch to him outside. Ball 1. Each club has 1 hit. The Yankees have also had 1 base runner via a walk. McDowell winds, and here it comes. Hit on the ground is short. Backhanded by Michael. He can't pick it up. Etchebarren is safe. And we'll wait for the official scores ruling. A base hit for Etchebarren. Michael went scooting deep to his right. Backhanded the ball. Knocked it down, but could not get a handle on it. And Etchebarren is on with a leadoff single. Base hit number 2 for Baltimore, and here is Mark Belanger, the shortstop. McDowell looks to first, the pitch. Belanger takes outside, ball 1. Matty Alou is holding Etchebarren on down at first base. Belanger is hitting .218. McDowell checks his base runner, kicks and fires, low and inside with a fastball, 2-0. The Yankees lead the Orioles by 2 games in the Eastern Division. Milwaukee is 3.5 out. Pitches outside. Ball 3. At the moment, Boston is 5 out. Detroit 5.5. And Cleveland 14 behind. Of course, Cleveland and Boston are playing a doubleheader. 3 balls and no strikes. Matty Alou on the inside corner on Etchebarren. The pitch. Belanger takes a strike. And the count is 3-1. McDowell checks the runner at first and straddles the rubber. He almost could have balked there, but he straddled first. The next pitch, strike 2 call. He backed off and then twisted his head quickly. If he had not backed off before doing that, it would have been a balk. It's still a rather tricky motion. 3-2 the count on Belanger. Etchebarren goes. The pitch is taken for ball 4 down low. Belanger walks. Etchebarren coasts the rest of the way into second base. And now 2 on and nobody out. The batter will be Merv Redmond. Redmond is 0 for 1 tonight. Batting .205. Right-hand hitter. Bobby Grich comes out on deck. A little bit of a slump. Time call now as Greg Nettles comes into the mound. The Orioles, who had a little bit of a slump, have now won 3 in a row in 10 of their last 15 ball games. The Yankees hold the edge, 6 wins to 4. Time back in. McDowell twists his neck, loosening up the muscles a bit. Checks second base for Etchebarren. Matty Alou looks for a bunt, and Grich lays a bunt down the third baseline, foul. McDowell came charging off the mound. He would have fielded that ball had it stayed fair. No balls and 1 strike. Rettenmund not hitting nearly up to his potential. Now McDowell plants the left foot on the slab. Looks down for the sign. Alou weighing on the grass at first. The pitch, which is butted down the third base line. Fair ball. McDowell up with it. Out at third. McDowell got that one to Nettles in time to get Etchebarren. Etchebarren does not have a whole lot of speed. And McDowell, that ball played tricks down there. It went foul and then came back in fair territory. It snaked in and out, and McDowell picked it up, sort of shot-put it on over to Nettles in time to get Etchebarren on the force.
Well, it's always tough, Frank, to bunt with the left-handed pitcher on the mound. That is the bunt to sacrifice the man to third, because the left-hander's falling off that way anyway, and he has the glove down on that side. So it's usually a very tough proposition to do that. A lot of guys like to bunt to first because the first baseman will very seldom try to go to third for the force out, even if he picks the ball up in time. It's a long throw for him.
Okay, Bill, the sacrifice does not work. The Orioles now have runners at first and second with 1 out. And the batter, Bobby Grich, the second baseman, he popped up to Matty Alou in fair territory in the first inning. McDowell, big stretch, kicks and delivers, swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
On that play, a lot of guys like to bunt the ball hard to the third baseman to get it past the pitcher, but a lot of times you bunt into double play even trying to do that.
There's an art to bunting, knowing where to put the ball, how to lay it down, the pitch to bunt on. 1 strike pitch, cut on, ground ball to third, foul ball, backhanded by Nettles behind the bag, but foul. And now Thurman Munson goes out to talk to Sam McDowell. Belanger trots back to second base. Rettenmund back into first. We're in the bottom half of the third inning, no score, 2 on with 1 away. Munson breaks off his chat with McDowell, comes back behind the plate. And Grich steps in again. Another very fine turnout here at Baltimore's Memorial Stadium. They've seen a scoreless ball game so far. McDowell checks Belanger and delivers inside on Grich. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bobby Grich is hitting .238. I'm sure, Bill, that he is fielding much better and hitting much worse than the Orioles would have thought at the start of the season.
Always had high hopes for him. He's always been an excellent fielder. And he's always been an excellent hitter. He was a good hitter last year. He'll hit.
McDowell deals him again. This pitch is lined to center field. That's a base hit. That'll get a run home. Belanger around third. He will score. Rettenmund stops at second base. Throw gets through, but backed up by Matty Alou. And Bobby Grich produces the game's first run with a line single to center field, driving in Belanger from second. That is base hit number 3. And now Paul Blair, the batter. Grich gets his 17th run batted in of the season. took a long look at Billy Hunter before he climbed into the batter's box. Blair applied to center his first time up. He is now hitting .320, which is still among the top 5 in the American League. Rudderman leads off at second. Gritch away at first. And the pitch to Blair down low, ball 1. Tommy Davis is the on-deck hitter. 1 out. Rudderman and Gritch take their leads. McDowell checks Rudderman at second. The pitch to Blair on the outside corner, a strike. 1-1. Orioles 1 run on 3 hits. And the pitch to Blair in the dirt, backhanded nicely by Munson to save a wild pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yankees have Clark and Michael at double play depth. Nettles has moved off at third. He's backed up. Matty Alou back away at first. The outfield spreads out on Blair. Now the 2-1 pitch to him. Cut on, hit in the air to left field. Roy White backpedaling, still back, near the track now. He's under it and makes the catch. And Rudderman's trying to go to third. The throw comes into second base. And after the catch, Rudderman goes to third. Blair flies out, and he's now 0 for 2. Here's Tommy Davis. Had White thrown to third base on Rudderman, Gritch would have gone on to second base. So he holds Gritch at first. Davis singled his first time up. Davis is hitting .274, a right-hand batter. Baltimore leading 1-0 here in the third. Runners at the corners and the pitch. Strike, 1 call. Two on, 2 out. McDowell kicks and deals down low this time. Munson went down to the dust board. 1-1. McDowell goes for the rosin. Gets it on his hand, wrist, back of his hand, his uniform. Rudderman at third, Gritch at first. They lead away. Now McDowell's pitch to Davis inside. 2 balls and a strike. Yankees back to open a 9-game homestand tomorrow night at 7:30 against the Cleveland Indians. George Medich for the Yankees, Gaylord Perry for Cleveland. 2-1 pitch. Davis lines it to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Rudderman in to score, and the ball gets through Callison for an error. Here comes Gritch. He will score. On down to second base, Tommy Davis. And the Orioles lead 3-0. A solid base hit to right by Davis. And 2-run score. Rudderman scoring easily, and Gritch coming all the way around. A single, an error on Callison, and 1 run batted in. The other run scores on the Callison error in right field. Davis is now 2 for 2. He went on to second base on the error. And Earl Williams, the batter, flied to left his first time up. Pitch to him. On the inside corner, strike 1. Williams steps out. Now moves in again. Next pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The run batted in for Davis is 28th of the year. And he now has 3 in this series. The stretch by McDowell, the pitch way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Yankees will be flying out right after the ball game and set for a 9-game homestand, 4 with Cleveland and 5 with Boston. A couple of doubleheaders Sunday and the 4th of July. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch to Williams. Swing and a miss. Came around late. 2-2. McDowell looks back at second base, sees Tommy Davis with a good lead. Now looks down to Munson, has the sign. Brings the hands together, 2-2 pitch. Popped up foul outside of first. Matty Alou may have a play, and he does. And makes the catch. That ball got caught in the wind, and it was blowing away from him, but he stayed with it, lunged for it at the last second, and took it for the final out. But the Orioles score 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 Yankee error, and 1 man is left on base. At the end of 3, the score, Baltimore 3 and New York nothing.
Live modern this summer. Live cool this summer. With Fetters, the room air conditioner of excellence. The linkage of 2 words, Fetters and excellence, began more than 75 years ago. The company's founder established his business on the principle that if you build a product exceptionally well, your customers will be exceptionally loyal. When you buy a Fetters product, you know that it has been engineered with an extra measure of care, manufactured with an extra measure of concern, fabricated of materials that offer an extra assurance of dependability. Though the cost of living is going up, Fetters actually keeps the cost of room air conditioners down with its Super Saver and Silver Anniversary specials. There's a Fetters room air conditioner model available to meet your particular cooling requirements. See them, then live modern, live cool with Fetters at Rensselaer Appliance Rensselaer, Irwin's TV Latham, and Exchange TV Albany.
The Philadelphia Phillies defeated the Mets 11-4. Jim Lonborg all the way for the win, 6-6. Del Unser hit another home run, a pair for Hutton. McAndrew the loser. Atlanta 2, the Dodgers nothing in the 4th inning, and it is raining in Atlanta. That's the first of a doubleheader. San Diego at Cincinnati, no score. San Francisco at Houston, no score. St. Louis nothing. Pittsburgh batting in the 1st. Those are the other games. Now to get back to our ball game here in Baltimore as we go to the 4th inning. Here with the play-by-play is Bill White.
All right, Frank Messer. Roy White in for the Yankees. White's been up 1 struck out against Jefferson. And the first pitch to him is too high a ball. Jesse Jefferson so far has a 1-hitter. He gave up the hit to Thurman Munson last inning. Munson looped a single up the middle. Here's the 1-0 pitch to White. Swung on, looped to left field. Back there's Baylor. Now he comes in a couple of steps. He's under it, and he's got it 1 away. Baltimore leading 3-0 here in the 4th. 1 down. Here's Matty Alou, the first baseman. Matty bouncing to a double play his first stomp. He's a left-handed hitter batting at .281. Alou with a home run, 15 runs batted in. Takes inside a ball. Jesse Jefferson, 23 years old, 6'3", 195 pounds. Beat Boston 2-1 in his first major league start. The next pitch is in there. It's 1-1. Jefferson is from Midlothian, Virginia. Kicks and deals a 1-1 pitch to Alou, and it's high, a change, 2-1. Brooks Robinson in on the grass at third. Belanger playing Matty to pull a bit. Gritch, a second baseman, playing straight away. Earl Williams, a first baseman, just a little bit behind the bag. Alou bunts the ball is short. Belanger charges. He's up. No play at all. Alou across the bag. He'll get an infield hit. Matty Alou just bunted that ball past the pitcher, Jefferson. Belanger, who was playing him to pull, charged the ball, got it on the infield grass, and didn't even make a throw. So Matty picks up his first base hit. Only the Yankees' second in the ball game. He's at first with 1 out, and here's Bobby Mercer. Mercer working on a 12-game hitting streak. He's been up once and bounced out. They play him to pull, except for Robinson, the third baseman, who plays wide at third and on the grass. Williams, the first baseman, holding Matty Alou there. And Jefferson wants a new baseball. So talking about young pitchers, Scooter. The young pitcher you like so well, that David Clyde won last night for the Rangers.
How about that, huh? I said it. That shook that town up.
Throw to first. A Lou back. He gave up 1 hit, a home run.
Yeah.
Struck out 8.
Walked 7 and
lost a dinner for me. The pitch to Mercer's hit in the air to center field. Paul Blair's over. Calls, he's under it, and he's got it. Matty Lou halfway will go back to first. 2 away. Here's Ron Bloomberg, the designated hitter. Boomer's been up 1 slide to center. Ron batting 1 point under 400. He's at 399. Got a hanging curveball his first time up and lined it into the mezzanine. Foul. Before finally flying to center. 2 down, Matty Lou with a short lead at first. The set and the pitch to the Boomer. Here's a breaking ball in there for a strike. The Baltimore leading 3-0. They got all 3 runs in the bottom of last inning. The set. And the 0-1 pitch. Curveball's high. 1-1. Yankees got 10 hits last night off Dave McNally, all singles, and failed to score as Baltimore shut them out 4-0. Now the stretch by Jefferson, and the pitch. Change up down low, 2-1. Now Jefferson staying away from the fastball with Bloomberg. He got the first breaking ball in for a strike, missed high with 1, then threw him a change. So he's behind now, 2 balls and a strike. He checks the Lou at first, and the pitch. There's a fastball, line to center field. Blair's in, but he can't get to it. It's in front of him. Base hit, and Matty Lou will stop at second.
you know, that's why they don't want to throw him that fastball. That's the first fastball they've thrown to Bloomberg tonight.
And he got a base hit on it. And for the Boomer, that's base hit number 56. He's been up there 139 times. You know, Phil, they projected in the paper today that Bloomberg had only been up 139 times now, and he has about, let's see, he's walked, I think...
24 times, I think, in one sacrifice fly. He'll never make it.
No.
Not that was it, 502 times counting walks and sacrifices.
Nettles takes a breaking ball inside. They added up at 3.1 average time per bat to get 502. He would, at this point, need 229, I think, and he only has close to 179, 180. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Nettles. Down low, 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, that got him over the 400 mark again, 403. I don't think Ronnie feels comfortable unless he's over 400.
And the Boomer down there at first with Matty Lou at second and 2 down here in the 4th. Nettles, who flied to center his first time up, has Jefferson in the hole. 2 balls, no strikes. Craig has hit 13 home runs. He's driven in 41 runs. He leads the Yankees in home runs. One ahead of Bobby Mercer, who has 12. Now the stretch and the set. The pitch. Swung on line right field. Matty Lou around third. He's going to score. Ron Bloomberg will go to third. And Greg Nettles will stop at first. Scores now 3-1 Baltimore. Nettles has just driven in his 42nd run, scoring Matty Lou from second easily. Ron Bloomberg, still bothered by the pulled groin muscle, made third easily. And there's some action now in the bullpen for Baltimore. A right-hander, Bob Reynolds up, and he starts loosening up. Runners at first and third, still 2 outs. Here comes, is that George Stoller?
Yep.
The pitching coach for Baltimore. He wants to talk to his young right-hander.
Your buddy gets up too, Bill, the old Phillies pitcher, Grant Jackson.
Jackson a left-hander, and Reynolds a right-hander, and George Bamberger out to the mound, talking to Jefferson and Etchebarren. Greg Nettles really pounding the ball and driving in runs. He now has 42 runs batted in. Mercer leads with 48. Munson has 38. And in the lineup today, Bloomberg and Michael have 30. Well, Bamberger leaves after giving his little bit of wisdom to Jefferson. Let's see how it works with Callison, who's in there now. Callison bounced out, second baseman, the pitcher covering. So he's 0 for 1. Breaking ball, line, base hit right field. Bloomberg will score. Nettles around second, he'll go to third. And the Yankees now picking away young Jesse Jefferson. They've cut the deficit to just one. Baltimore now leads 3-2. Runners still at first and third. And the batter is Thurman Munson.
You know, whatever he told him wasn't the right medicine. He hardly got back to the dugout when that base hit went out there.
And for Callison, that's his 6th run batted in. He's at first. Greg Nettles at third. Still 2 outs, and here's Thurman Munson. Munson got the Yankees' first hit back in the third as he singled to center. Thurman batting .294. He has 10 home runs. He's driven in 38 runs. Reynolds and Jackson still loosening up a lot harder now for Baltimore and their bullpen out in left center field. Here's the first pitch to Munson. Fastball chopped on the ground at second. Gritch has it. Throws to Williams at first. And that's all for Munson, and that's all for the Yankees. But they do pick up 2 runs on 4 hits, and they leave 2 men on base. As we go into the bottom of the 4th, Baltimore 3, the Yankees 2.
Now McDonald's has something Dad can really smile about. McDonald's new Quarter Pounder with cheese. It starts with a quarter-pound, 100% beef patty. We cook it up just right, then serve it with 2 full slices of cheese on a toasted sesame seed bun. Now Dad gets a lot of meat with his cheeseburger. McDonald's new Quarter Pounder with cheese.
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Try McDonald's great new sandwich, the Quarter Pounder, available right now at all McDonald's in the Capital District and throughout the great Northeast.
This is Frank Walkley, New York State Commissioner of Agriculture and Markets. If you're dieting and you rely on processed, packaged, low-calorie foods for your meal planning, our department has a consumer protection service that helps you. Our department checks the accuracy of calorie counts on diet food labels for your consumer protection.
This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. Let's pause for station identification.
WQBK FM, Rensselaer.
You don't believe it? Wake up with me any morning.
We're in the bottom of the 4th, and Don Baylor steps in leading off for Baltimore. He's been up once against McDowell and popped to Munson in fair territory, so he's 0 for 1. Baylor batting at .225. Sam's first pitch is too high a ball. Sudden Sam McDowell looking for his 3rd straight win as a Yankee. So far, he's given up 3 runs on 4 hits. The Yankees have 2 runs on 5. Sam's over the head, and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground to short. Dug up by Michael. Long flip to first, and Baylor's out. 1 down. Here's Brooks Robinson, the 3rd baseman. You know, I don't think I've seen Brooks bobble as many balls as he bobbled last night.
That was unbelievable. You know, you get a night like that. You get one bad hop, suddenly you're playing the bad hop.
Yep.
And Paul Blair was telling me they were calling him Pete Maravich, the way he was dribbling that ball around all night.
Brooks takes down low for a ball. No, he shows the kind of guy he is, though. He took his time, found the handle, and threw everybody out. And the one that he bobbled over in the hole was a tough play for him. Roy White was given a base hit. So he bobbled 5 of them. He threw 4 of them out. Fastball in the dirt, hits halfway between home plate and the mound, kicks off Munson and goes back to the stands. 2 balls, no strikes. Sam, so far in this ball game, has walked 1. He hasn't struck out anybody. As Baltimore leads 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. And the Etchebarren on deck. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Brooks Robinson. Too high, ball 3, 3-0. Brooks batting at .215. Sky DeMercer in center field his first time. McDowell bends at the waist, straightens up, kicks and deals a 3-0 pitch. It's taken in there, strike, 3-1. Nettles behind the bag at third. Michael straight away at short. Horace Clark playing Brooks Robinson to pull just a bit at second. And Matty Alou behind the bag at first and wide of first. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4 lofty. McDowell has just passed his second Oriole as Brooks Robinson goes to first. With 1 down, here's Andy Etchebarren, the catcher. Etchebarren got an infield hit in the 3rd. He led off the 3rd by getting the infield hit. Hit the ball in the hole to the right of Michael. Gene backhanded it, knocked it down, but couldn't make a play. So Etchebarren was given an infield hit. And he's batting at 242. It's right-handed. Alou will play behind Robinson. The pitch to Etchebarren. Swung on, hit on the ground is short. Michael up. Over to Clark for one. Back to first. Double play. Oh, the Yankees get out of the inning by turning a 6-4-3 double play. And for Baltimore in the fourth, no runs, no hits, and because of the double play, nobody was left on base. After 4, Baltimore leads New York by a score of 3-2.
Don't sign your name till you see Bumstead.
Bumstead Chevrolet.
Don't buy a thing till you hear our deal.
It's the only way.
You don't have to be a scholar to get more car for you $1.
Don't sign your name until you see Bumstead Chevrolet.
A 48th anniversary is always something to shout about, but this one at Bumstead of Troy is something really special. New and used car values you may never see of or hear of again. And if you've always wanted a car that's different, see Bumstead's customized BM Special. It's the dealmaker's own innovation in a 73 model, and it's just one of the great 48th anniversary values at Bumstead Chevrolet. The celebration is on now with terrific buys all over the place.
Don't sign your name until you see Bumstead Chevrolet.
Congress Street from 5th to 7th Avenues in downtown Troy.
Well, as Bill showed you before, the Yankees looking forward to this next homestand, although not to the doubleheaders. Play a doubleheader on Sunday against the Indians. They also play them Friday night, Saturday afternoon. And the Red Sox come in. Night game Monday, doubleheader on Tuesday, single game Wednesday and Thursday against the Red Sox.
All right, Scooter, here's Gene Michael against Jefferson. And Jesse gets a fastball in there for a strike. Michael's been up once. He's flied to center. Gene, a switch hitter, batting left-handed here against his tall right-hander. And the next pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Baltimore leading 3-2, top of the 5th. It'll be Gene Michael, and then we'll go to the top of the Yankee batting order. Horace Clarke and Roy White. Here's the 0-2 pitch to the stick. Fastball high and away, 1-2. Michael batting at 242. He has 3 home runs. He's driven in 30 runs. Stick looking for his 56th hit of the year. The pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed, struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for the young right-hander, Jesse Jefferson. And that'll bring in Horace Clarke, the second baseman. Yankees are using only one right-handed hitter in this batting order. Of course, Clark, White, switch hitters, along with Michael. Munson, the 8th place hitter, the only right-hander. Halls has walked and struck out. Takes a ball. Clark batting at 272. Also had a good night last night. Went 3 for 4 against McNally. Fastball is fouled off. Back on the screen, 1-1. Clark got 3 straight singles before fouling out in the 7th. Yankees got a lot of singles last night, 10 of them, but they didn't score. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Clark. Change is too high, 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 5th. Baltimore leading 3-2. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Clark. Swung on line, base hit right center field. Retman over there quickly. And he gets it back in as Clark holds it first with a base hit. That's hit number 5 for the Yankees. Hit number 6 for the Yankees. Clark's first. He's there at first with 1 out, and here's Roy White, the left fielder. White struck out and flied to left. Roy batting at 239. He picked up a couple of singles in last night's ball game. Stretched over first. Clark dives back in safely. That was close. The Yankees may try to run quite a bit here on Jefferson. Baltimore leads by 1, 3-2. Munson stole second base easily in the 3rd. He got in with plenty to spare. Jefferson takes a lot of time kicking. Another throw to first. Clark back. The fellow not only takes a lot of time with that left leg as he kicks it up, but he wraps his wrist back. Now he sets. And the pitch to White. outside a ball. Baltimore with the infield back looking for two, except for Brooks Robinson, the third baseman, and the first baseman, Williams. Throw the first. Clark back. Host has stolen 5 bases this year. Yankees have not stolen as much. They've been scoring runs in bunches, using the bat. Fastball hit in the air to right center. Blair's after it. So is Redmond, way back up near the wall. And it's a ball. Blair leaps on, climbs the wall, and gets that ball. Did you see that?
It's unbelievable. Fix that monitor, Bill. We got to see that again. He climbed the wall.
Paul Blair climbed that wall, went over the fence, and got that ball.
That is unbelievable. He had his back to the field as he climbed the wall. That's got to be one of the greatest catches I ever saw.
And he's getting a standing ovation. Paul Blair not only robbed Roy White of a 2-run home run, he made one of the best catches you'll see. Here's Matty Alou. Matty fouls one off down the left field line. That Paul Blair went 390 feet from home plate on the run. Climbed the wall, reached up with the glove as the ball went over the fence, grabbed it. And this fence here has got to be at least 7 feet. There goes Clark. The ball's fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes on Alou. Well, these fans still buzzing about that catch that Paul Blair just made off Roy White. Geez, those two runs would have had the Yankees up 4-3.
Yep. I still can't believe it. Listen to that crowd.
You know, he made that on a full run. He just went up that wall without breaking stride, leaped up over it, and grabbed the ball. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Alou. Line foul in the upper deck off the left side. Horace Clark at first with 2 outs here in the 5th. Baltimore leading 3-2 thanks to Paul Blair's great catch out in right center field. Jefferson looking in. Sets. And the pitch. Pitch out. 1-2. Clark wasn't moving. Bobby Mercer on deck. That wind is blowing out towards center field. That even helped the ball a little. Throw the first, Clark back. Williams drops the ball as the ball was on the right field side.
It hit Clark in the leg, otherwise it had gone down that line. Horace is mad.
Hey, Luke Easter ever tag you?
I wouldn't let him. Oh, he'd knock you over. He'd swing that glove around.
Big Luke played with the Cleveland Indians for so long. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, line, base hit center field. Clark will hold at second as Paul Blair gets the ball back into his cutoff man, Mark Belanger. Oh, the Yankees now with runners at first and second with 2 outs, and that's hit number 7 off young Jesse Jefferson, and here comes the Orioles skipper, Earl Weaver, and he wants a pitcher. And he wants a left-hander, Scooter, and that's going to be Grant Jackson. Jackson has been spectacular in relief over the last 6 weeks. In his last 13 appearances, starting with the second game of that doubleheader up in the Yankee Stadium on May 13th, he's worked 29 innings. He's only given up 10 hits. 2 earned runs. He's only walked 3 and struck out 19. That's a hand for Jesse Jefferson. We're talking about Grant Jackson. And Jackson's ERA over this 6-week stretch is .62. Left-handers won 3 games and lost 4 over that period. So Grant Jackson is brought in here in the top of the 5th, so Jesse Jefferson cannot be the winning pitcher in this ball game. He can still lose if Matty Alou could get around and score. So the young man leaves. He pitches 4 2/3 innings. He's given up 2 runs on 7 hits. Jefferson has struck out 3, and he hasn't walked anybody. So he gives way now to Baltimore's hottest relief pitcher, left-hander Grant Jackson.
Kind of a shame the youngster needed just one more out if he could have gotten it, but he was hit hard this inning. If it wasn't for that great play of Paul Blair's, and the Orioles would have been behind. I guess Earl Weaver just couldn't stand it any longer.
Well, looking overall at Jackson, Scooter, this is his 20th appearance. He's pitched 37 and 2/3 innings, given up 5 earned runs. His ERA 1.19. He's won 3 games, lost none, and he's picked up 4 saves, all in relief. Jackson's being asked to deal with Bobby Mercer here in the 5th inning. The Yankees have runners at first and second and 2 outs. The Yankees are stuck now with predominantly a left-handed hitting batting order, although Clark, White, and Michael will turn around and bat right-handed. Well, Jackson's finished his warm-up throws. Now time's called. Weaver wants to talk to somebody. And Weaver bringing out, he wants Salvon to come out. Evidently, something's wrong with Andy Etchebarren. Salvon, the trainer, on the top step of the Baltimore dugout. Now he goes back. Etchebarren evidently all right. He doesn't get a chance to catch much. They probably couldn't drag him out of there. All right, Mercer's in. Clark at second. Matty Lou at first with 2 down. Here's the 5th. Baltimore leading 3-2. First pitch is looped to left field. It's going to nice foul and be back in the seats out of play. Don Baylor, the left fielder, giving it a long run, along with the third baseman, Brooks Robinson, and the shortstop, Mark Belanger. It's 3:09 down the left field line here at Baltimore's Memorial Stadium. 3:09 down the right field line also. 380.
Looks like Etchebarren hurt his, Etchebarren looked like he hurt his back, and Shatlack was giving him a little rub.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Mercer. Outside, a breaking ball, 1-1. Yankees down by 1. The tying run at second. That's Horace Clark. Go ahead, run at first. That's Matty Lou. We're in the top of the 5th. Yankees about hit Baltimore once again. The 1-1 pitch to Mercer. Swung on, hit on the ground, one hopper to shortstop Belanger. Long throw the first in the dirt, but it's scooped by Earl Williams. Williams didn't stretch for that ball. He laid back, and the ball bounced up to him, and he caught it just before Mercer hit the bag. A good play by the shortstop Belanger, and another one by the first baseman Williams. And Paul Blair gets a standing ovation as he comes in after making that great catch on Roy White. So for the Yankees in the 5th, no runs on 2 hits, and they leave 2 men on base.
Is your ceiling dull, lifeless, or just plain unsightly? Cheer up! Vandaloo Building Materials has an Owens Corning fiberglass suspended ceiling that you can put up yourself. It's the beautiful, practical answer to noise problems, appearance problems, and lighting problems in your home or office. Use with fiberglass lighting panels to put soft, diffused light where you want it. Choose your fiberglass suspended ceiling from a variety of exciting patterns at Vandaloo Building Materials, 90 Industrial Park Road, Albany. Look under lumber on page 217 of the Albany Yellow Pages for a map to Vandaloo Building Materials.
Here's what you get if you win. At 11 a.m. on Slurpee Day, July the 14th, there'll be a batting and pitching clinic by 2 Yankee stars. And 2 free tickets to the Yankees-Kansas City baseball game. All absolutely free. Void where prohibited. Enter at 7-Eleven today. Hey, there's nothing to buy.
The big red 7. It's the bright green 11. At 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven. Oh, the big red 7. It's the bright green 11. At 7-Eleven.
Shortstop Mark Belanger leading off of Baltimore, bottom of the 5th. Baltimore leading 3-2. Belanger's been up once against McDowell. He's walked and scored. Swings on a first one, chops it to third. Big hop to Nettles. Long throw to Matty Lou at first, and there's one away. Oh, Belanger, first ball hitting isn't easy out. Here's Merv Retman, the right fielder. Retman has bounced to second and bounced into a force out. He's also scored. Retman batting at 203. He He's a lot better hitter than that. Right-handed hitter. Here's a wind by Sudden Sam, and the pitch. Breaking ball, taken to strike. Redmond faked the bunt. Redmond has a lifetime Major League batting average of .290. The next pitch, too high. Check swing, 1-1. He's hit 300 twice in the biggies. 297 in 1968. 322 in 1970 and 318 in 1971. Takes down low, 2-1. Last year at Baltimore, he slumped to 233, but lifetime he's batting .290. Batting just 200 and a little bit of change this year. Still an excellent outfielder. Good arm, good range. The 2-1 pitch to Redmond. This is outside, ball 3. Bobby Grich on deck. So far, McDowell has walked 2. He hasn't struck out anybody. Yankees play Redmond straight away. Meadows gives him a lot of the third baseline as he plays his plays wide of third. Now McDowell wants another sign. He gets it. Over the head. The pitch. Inside corner. It's a full count. Redmond tried to say the ball was inside as he backed away. But the home plate umpire, Nestor Shylock, stayed with the ball. And it's a full count. Sutton looking in. Now he's ready. Here's the payoff pitch. One hopper to Michael. He comes up with it. Throws the first. 2 down. So Redmond bounces out 6-3, and that'll bring in Bobby Grich, the second baseman. Grich has popped to Matty Alou at first, and he's single to center. He has an RBI and a run scored. He scored himself as Callison let Davis's single get through it. Breaking ball's inside. Baltimore leading 3-2 here in the 5th. 2 outs, nobody on. Fastball inside, 2-0. Paul Blair on deck. Rich is a big fella. He's 6'2", goes close to 200 pounds. Big for a second baseman. An excellent fielder. Here's the 2-0 pitch. On the outside corner, it's 2-1. Paul Blair kneeling in the on-deck circle. Yankees 2 games ahead of Baltimore in the East. Here's the 2-1 pitch down to Grich. Down low, ball 3, 3-1. So McDowell struggling a bit now with his control. Went to 3-2 on Redmond before getting him out. Now he's 3-1 on Bobby Grich. And the pitch. This is on the outside corner. It's 3-2. Grich started to first base. Like the ball was away from him. But Shylock called him back, so it's a full count now. And the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Billy Hunter coaches third for Baltimore. George Stoller coaches first. Full count on Grich as Sudden Sam gets a new baseball. And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. You know, Scooter, with Steve Klein's arm miseries, sore elbow on the 21-day disabled list, the Yankees picked up Sam McDowell and Pat Dobson just in time.
They certainly did, and I understand this young kid, Dave Fagan's going to get a start Sunday. Everybody quite impressed with the way he's been throwing on the sideline.
Jim Turner's been with him on the bullpen watching him throw, so he must be ready. Here's a payoff pitch to Grich. Swung on, hit in the air to center. Mercer going way back. Now he turns, waits, he's under it, and he's got it for out number 3. Over Baltimore in the 5th, 3 up, 3 down. After 5, Baltimore 3, the Yankees 2.
Live modern this summer. Live cool this summer. With Fetters, the room air conditioner of excellence. The linkage of two words, Fetters and excellence, began more than 75 years ago. The company's founder established his business on the principle that if you build a product exceptionally well, your customers will be exceptionally loyal. When you buy a Fetters product, you know that it has been engineered with an extra measure of care, manufactured with an extra measure of concern, fabricated of materials that offer an extra assurance of dependability. Though the cost of living is going up, Fetters actually keeps the cost of room air conditioners down with its Super Saver and Silver Anniversary specials. There's a Fetters room air conditioner model available to meet your particular cooling requirements. See them, then live modern, live cool with Fetters at Rensselaer Appliance Rensselaer, Irwin's TV Latham, and Exchange TV Albany.
They have a lot of fun now when they clean the bases. Most of these clubs have a little girl that goes around, whack the third base coach and the visiting team. Sometimes they get a little smooch.
Now we're going to have a hitter for the designated hitter. It's going to be Jim Rayhart batting for Ron Bloomberg. The Boomer was 1 for 2 before he left, and he kept his batting average over 400. He's now batting at 403 as Jim Rayhart steps in against Grant Jackson. And Jackson gets the outside corner with a fastball. So Jim Rayhart batting for Ron Bloomberg, and Jim Ray will now become the designated hitter. Hart batting at 254, 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Jackson's next pitch is chopped back to the mound. Grant has it, throws to first, and Hart is out. 1 away. Number 9. We're in the top of the 6th. Baltimore leading 3-2. Here's Nettles. Nettles has flied to center and drove in a run with a single to right. 1 for 2. Jackson's first pitch is cut on and popped up in foul territory on the first base side. Williams is there. The first baseman's under, and he's got it. 2 away. That wind is really blowing the ball back into the infield. Everything hit on the first base side. The fielders really have to stagger back. We've got another pinch hitter. Batting for John Callison, the right fielder, is Felipe Alou. So Alou will probably go into play first now. And Matty Alou, his brother, will go into the outfield as Jackson misses outside with a fastball. Felipe is batting .243. He has 3 home runs. He's driven in 16 runs. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed 1-1. Felipe was trying to hit another home run, which would be his 4th. Really took a good rip. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, chopped foul out of the side of third. And through the little ball girl. She retrieves it down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 6th. Baltimore 3, Yankees 2. And the pitch from Jackson. This is outside, 2-2. Jackson throws anywhere from 3 sidearm. Tries to make the ball tail down and away from right-handers. He also has a hard slider curve he throws in on right-handers. And time's called now as he starts up. Felipe backs out. Gets a little dirt. Wipes the hands off and steps back in. Brooks Robinson guarding the line at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Thurman Munson on deck. Yankees getting some right-handed swingers in here against Grant Jackson, who relieved Jesse Jefferson last inning. Here's the payoff pitch to Alou. Swung on, hit in the air to right field. Coming in is Merv Retman, the right fielder. And he's got it for out number 3. Over the Yankees in the 6th, 3 up, 3 down. We go into the bottom of the 6th. Baltimore 3, Yankees 2.
Most of the lawn and garden tractors on the market today are good and loud, except one, the all-new Boland's QT16. This revolutionary tractor is good and quiet because it's designed and engineered to be quiet. But quiet is only part of the story on this rugged new Boland's tractor. It also packs a powerful twin-cylinder 16-horsepower engine. And it puts that power at your command with hydrostatic drive, an electric attachment clutch, and hydraulic lift, all standard equipment. It also features Boland's exclusive power locking collar that lets you attach a mower, tiller, or snow thrower in just minutes. The Boland's QT16 tractor. It outperforms the others, and it does it very quietly. It'll keep you a good yard ahead. See it and hear it now. There are 21 Boland servicing dealers in the WQBK listening area. See the one near you. Distributed by ACA Outdoor Power Equipment Incorporated.
Oh, there's a hand for Superman. That's Paul Blair. Change for the Yankees. Matty Lou moves out to right field from first base, and Felipe Lou, his brother, goes in to play first. And the hand you heard was for Paul Blair, who not only has been hitting the ball hard, he just came up with a superb play in right center field, robbing Roy White of the home run, and a 2-run homer at that. As it is, Baltimore still leads 3-2. Blair's 0 for 2 in this ball game, bunts down the third base side, foul. And this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. Let's pause for station identification.
Hi, Dave Smith here with an invitation to all sports fans to give me a call some night on Sports Talk. I'm here weekday nights from 7 till 9 working around the Yankees this season. Sundays, too. This is WQBK FM, Rensselaer.
Paul Blair batting .318. The next pitch to him is in there, called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Since May 29th, Blair has gone well over 400. And he raised his batting average from .218 up to .318. 100 points. So he's been hot. They play him to pull. Tommy Davis is on deck. And Earl Williams waiting. Inside, 1-2. McDowell has just given Baltimore 4 hits. The Orioles lead 3-2, and they got 3 of those 4 hits in the third inning. The third run scored on an error by Callison. The 1-2 pitch to Blair, down low, 2-2. Blair got Baltimore off and running last night with the home run. Hit that homer in the first inning with nobody on. The next pitch, hit on the ground. Felipe Lou backhand throws the first and Blair's feet. He threw to McDowell covering. Sam was late getting there. And Blair legs out a base hit. The ball was hit to Felipe's right. He went over and got the ball, turned, set himself, threw it to McDowell covering, but not in time. So Blair continues to sparkle. And here's Tommy Davis, the designated hitter. He's 2 for 2. Davis bounced a single up the middle and lined a single to right, driving in a run. On that single to right, Redmond scored, and Gritch, when the ball got through Callison, also scored all the way from first. Davis batting at .277. He has 4 home runs. He's driven in 28 runs. Now, Nestor Shylock evidently saw that Sam McDowell was doing something to his left arm, and he's called Ralph Houck out. Ralph going out talking to Sudden Sam. Sam shakes his head and he says he's all right. Sam might have twisted a back or something trying to cover first base.
Yeah, the throw was, he had it kind of backhanded while he was running to first and turned his body around. I guess they're going to let him throw a couple to see if he's all right.
No, he doesn't want to throw any.
No?
Tommy Davis wants to throw a couple to see where it's going to go. Now Tommy Davis steps in. Tommy 2 for 2. Baltimore leading 3-2. Bottom of the 6th. Nobody out. Paul Blair leading from first. Now Blair stolen 9 bases this year. Sam checks him. The pitch. Inside a ball. They play Davis straight away with Matty Lou in very shallow in right field. Yankees have the infield back. They're looking for 2. They've already turned over 1 double play in this ball game. It was their 78th of the year. McDowell sets at the belt. The pitch. Down low, ball 2. 2-0. Now there's a little activity in the Yankee bullpen. Lindy McDaniel gets up and he'll start loosening up with Jim Egan. Sam has gone 3-2 on a lot of hitters, but he's only walked 2. He's looking for his first strikeout in this ball game. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Davis backs out of the box, takes a look at his third base coach, Billy Hunter. Now the stretch, and the set, and the 3-0 pitch. In there, 3-1. You know, let's see. We'll be moving here. With the count, 3 balls and a strike and no outs. Paul Blair at first base. McDowell's yet to strike out anybody. Davis can handle it that well. Baltimore just may try to run with Blair. The pitch, Blair's going. Ball's fouled off. And Paul will have to go back to first. Dilemma now for the Yankees' second baseman and shortstop. They'll sort of have to stay put, see where Davis is going to hit the ball. Of course, Michael would probably let Clark cover on a breaking ball, and Michael, the shortstop, would probably cover on a fastball. Michael gives Clark the sign. The pitch, Blair isn't going. Ball's hit on the ground. Foul, just outside of first. That ball might have went over the bag there, but it hit foul after it went over the bag, and it's a foul ball. Felipe Alou took a dive for it, went over his head, and kicked foul as it hit.
Say that again about that ball he hit.
The ball can go over the bag, but it must hit in fair territory.
Not if... No,
a ground ball hits in front of the bag. You're right. That's a line drive.
Yeah.
Right, that was a ground fly ball. You're right. Okay, student. Only a line drive must hit. They can go over the bag. Fair. But if it's foul, it's foul, right?
Right.
Okay. You're right. Ball's hit in the air to shallow right. Matty Lou's there. Blair halfway. Matty's on it. He's got it. One way. Take care of me. Here's Earl Williams, the first baseman. Williams is 0 for 2. He slides to left and fouled out. 1 out, Blair at first. Baltimore leading 3-2. Bottom of the 6th. Baltimore has 3 runs on 5 hits off McDowell. Yankees 2 runs on 7 hits off the starter Jesse Jefferson. And let's see, they haven't done anything at all with Grant Jackson yet. Jackson's only pitched to 4 guys. Now time's called as Sam starts up. Williams backs out. Don Baylor on deck. Earl Williams, big right-handed hitter. He gave up a lot for him. Takes high ball. See, Baltimore gave up Dave Johnson, second baseman. Rorick Harrison, Pat Dobson, and Johnny Oates.
Right.
That's half a team.
Guys that can play regular.
Williams has had some great years in the National League. Now McDowell backs off, and Blair moves back toward first. 1 out. Blair leads. He's checked. The pitch to Williams. Too high. 2-0. Philippe Pellew holding Blair at first. McDowell taking a lot of time. Yankee outfield straight away. White deep and left. Williams with a lot of power. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 2-1. McDowell still taking his time. Sam sets. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2. That was a good fastball. Threw it by him. McDowell going to the heat as McDaniel continues to heat up for the Yankees in right center. Sutton has yet to strike out a man. He's walked 2. He sets. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. That was a fastball that tailed down and away from Williams. Oh, McDowell just picked up his first strikeout. 2 down now in the 6th, and here's Don Baylor, the left fielder. Baylor's popped out and bounced out. He's 0 for 2, batting at .224. Baylor and Retman bat against left-handers. Coggins and Bumbry bat against right-handers. Blair, of course, bats against everybody. Baylor takes high a ball. Lately he has been, since he's been on this tear. Don Baylor. Player of the year 1 year for Rochester. Led that league in everything. There goes Blair. The pitcher is fouled off. 1-1 on Baylor. Paul Blair trying to steal. He'll have to go all the way back to first. Baltimore 3, Yankees 2, bottom of the 6th. 2 men out, Paul Blair at first base. McDowell looking at Munson. Likes the sign. Shakes his head again, then he likes it. Straightens up, sets at the belt, the pitch. Hit in the air to right field, down the line, might be trouble. Matty Lou with a long run, still running. He's on, then he drops the ball to hit the glove, falls off. Blair around third, he'll score. And Baylor goes all the way to third. Matty Lou made a long run to the right field line. The ball hit in the glove and kicked out. And Don Baylor is given a 3-base hit. Baltimore now leads 4-2. Matty was playing Baylor in right center, and he had a long run. Now the wind blows the ball back in toward right field, and Matty caught up with it. Hit in the glove, bounced out, and by the time he retrieved the ball, Blair had hustled around third. He scored. And Don Baylor with a lot of speed, winning the third, standing up with a triple. So Baylor picks up his 16th run batted in. And another insurance run for Baltimore. They now lead 4-2, and here's Brooks Robinson. Robinson has flied to center, and he's walked. He's 1 for 2, batting at .215. 4 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Dahl winds and deals. Hit an air foul on the third base side. Greg Nettles is back. He's under, and he's got it for out number 3. Baltimore picks up 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave a man on base. After 6 innings of play, Baltimore 4, and the Yankees 2.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield believe there's more to good health than just paying bills. So we have a community education program offering booklets tuned to today's health problems. Currently available are The Will to Die, a frank discussion on the causes of suicide, an alarming problem among the young and the old. Another popular booklet, Food and Fitness, a simple guide to the relationship between exercise and proper food to your good health. Our third offering, The Alcoholic American. He's not a Bowery bum. He probably lives right in your block or may be a member of your family. The drug war goes on, and our booklet, Drug Abuse, the Chemical Cop-Out, has been updated. Middle age has its problems, many of which are discussed in the booklet, Generation in the Middle. And perhaps you might be able to communicate with your teenager better with our booklet called Adolescence for Adults. If you wish any of these free books, send a card to Blue Cross, Box 8650, Albany, New York.
Houston, San Francisco, no score after 2. And one other score, Pittsburgh 3, St. Louis nothing after 3. Right here in Baltimore, the Baltimore Orioles lead the New York Yankees 4-2. We go into the top of the 7th, and here to bring you the next few innings, here's the scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
All right, Bill. So we'll see if the 7th inning proves to be lucky for the Yankees. Thurman Munson has singled, stolen a base, and bounced to second base. All right, Grant Jackson in relief of Jesse Jefferson. First pitch to Munson is fouled upstairs and out of play. Strike one. Gene Michael on deck. A triple by Baylor was the first extra base hit of this game. That's low 1-1. Yankees have 7 singles, and the Orioles 5 singles in that triple. The 1-1 delivery. No, he went around, tried to check it. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, Jackson gets the sign from Etchebarren. His pitch is hit deep to left field. Way back there, way back. That ball is gone way back in the bleachers. A home run for Thurman Munson, and it's now a 4-3 ball game. So that run that the Birds picked up in the bottom of the 6th. They've had a couple of gift runs in this ball game. They all count. Well, let's see. How's Thurman Munson doing in the home run department, Frank?
Okay, Phil, that's the 11th and a new career high for Thurman Munson. And on that home run, AMCO sends 9 Wilson baseball gloves to the Kinnelon Baseball League in Kinnelon, New Jersey.
All right, that'll make those kids very happy, as it has Thurman Munson and Ralph Houck and the rest of the Yankees. And now Gene Michael, the stick is fly to center and struck out. Pitch to Michael, strike on the outside corner. On deck, Horace Clark. So the Yankees get their first extra base hit of the game, and they make it a dandy. The 1-strike pitch is fouled back upstairs and out of play. Nobody on. A fly ball to right field, but Rittman is right there. Pounds the glove, makes the catch. And there's one away. Now Horace Clark, who has walked, struck out and singled. So Clark, White, Michael, switch hitters, just turn around and bat right-handed against the left-hander Jackson. Top of the 7th. Baltimore 4 and the Yankees 3. On deck, Roy White. Pitch to Clark, swing and a miss one after a bad pitch. Jackson works in a hurry. And a bunt down third. It's a dandy. Brooks Robinson up to throw. They got him. Great play by Brooks Robinson. Never thought he had a chance. I tell you, he can get so much on that ball off balance. It's unbelievable. The play by Paul Blair was out of this world. He saved 2 runs. That time Brooks Robinson saved a base hit. It was a beautiful bunt by Clark. Not bunted too hard either.
How many times do you suppose, Phil, in your broadcast career doing a Yankee game against Baltimore, you said those exact same words? I didn't think he had a chance.
You're right, Frank, now that you mention it. I should know better. I thought Clark had a 6 base hit. And I shouldn't be so surprised when Robinson makes a play like that. Pitch to Roy White, low and outside, ball 1. Roy is struck out, fly to left, and then was robbed on one of the greatest plays I've ever seen by Paul Blair. Low, ball 2, 2-0. Blair climbed the wall with his back to the field, reached over the fence to take a 2-run homer away from Roy White. Inside, ball 3, 3-0. While Jefferson was in there, he walked only 1 man. And that was Clark leading off the ball game. And Roy White gets the green light on 3-0 and lines it foul in the left field seat.
You know, Phil, that catch by Blair, that fence out there is 7 feet high. He had to be 2 feet over the top of it when he caught that ball.
Right. It was just unbelievable. The 3-1 pitch is hit deep to left field, but it's curving. That ball was far enough to have been a home run into the mezzanine. And it's a full count now on Roy White. The payoff pitch. Low, ball 4, he walked him. So Jackson wasn't about to give Roy White another fastball. He curved him 3-2, but missed home plate. And now Matty Alou. Matty has hit into a double play, beat out a bunt single and scored in the 4th, and singled to center in the 5th. 2 men are out. Yankees trail by a run here in the top of the 7th. Pitch to Matty is low, ball 1. On deck, Bobby Mercer. Stretched by Jackson. Pitch is lined down the left field line and curved foul. Just barely foul. And with Roy White's speed, he had a good shot. That ball had caromed off that fence to score. Bob Reynolds, hard-throwing right-hander up in the Oriole bullpen. 1-1 on Matty Alou. 2 men are out. Jackson delivers ground ball right at Belanger. He's got it over to Grich for the 4th play. But the Yankees pick up a run on the homer by Thurman Munson. 1 man left. And in the middle of the 7th, it's Baltimore 4, the Yankees 3.
We at Getty have been telling you that you can save money on our premium gasoline because it's priced a few cents less per gallon than most other major premiums. Well, now we'd like to tell you just how much money you can save with Getty Premium.
Fill it up, please.
With your first gallon of Getty Premium, you save about 3 cents. With 5 gallons, about 15 cents. A 20-gallon fill-up saves about 60 cents. Use Getty for a month and you can save about $2.50. Use it for 6 months and save around $15. And if you use Getty for a year, or around 12,000 miles of driving, you can save around $30. $30 for doing nothing more than filling up with Getty. That's enough to buy another 75 gallons, which is enough gas to take you about 1,000 miles. At Getty, we give you more gas for your money, so you get more miles for your money.
Well, Phil, we see where these batting helmets paid off again last night, perhaps saving serious injury from Freehan, the Detroit Tiger catcher. He got hit on the left temple by a pitch thrown by Milwaukee pitcher Ed Rodriguez. And the doctor said that if it were not for the batting helmet, he would have been seriously injured. The ball was cushioned by the lower edge of the batting helmet where it protects the left temple. And Freehan's going to be all right.
That is a break, and thank goodness for those batting helmets. Right now, Andy Etchebarren beat on an infield hit in the third, hit into a double play in the fourth. Swings and foul tips one, strike one. Well, Sam McDowell out on the mound appeared to be having a little bit of trouble the end of last inning, but hung in there. Almost got out of the inning without any scoring, except for the looping triple by Don Baylor. The one strike pitch. Outside, 1-1. Even though McDowell has struck out only one man, he's pitched a strong ball game. The 1-1 pitch, foul. Just to our left. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The windup by McDowell. Curve is low. Bounces in the dirt. Back to the screen. It's 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. Baltimore out in front 4-3. Two count on Andy Etchebarren. The pitch is just a little bit low, and it's 3-2. So the payoff pitch will be on its way. Here it is, and it's popped up in a shallow right center. Matty Alou calling for it. And one-hands it. Matty's been making a lot of one-hand catches tonight.
Everything he's caught tonight, it seems like it's been one-handed, whether it's at first base or in right field.
Right. All right, here's Mark Belanger walked and scored in the third and bounced the third in the fourth. So 1 man out. McDowell winds his pitch, and Belanger was running up to bunt, but the pitch was low, ball 1.
Paul Carlson used to make those one-handed catches.
Yeah.
He always said that the reason he did it, he knew what his left hand could do. He didn't know about his right one.
I guess the guy who started that really was Vic Power, as far as I can remember.
He was a good fielder.
The 1-0 delivery on the outside corner, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch, and again Belanger was going to run up and bunt, took it low, 2-1.
Handsome Harry Hanratty was noted for those one-hand catches.
Who was that?
Handsome Harry Hanratty.
Well, that's one I don't know. The 2-1 pitch, low and outside, ball 3. 3-1 on deck, Merv Redmond. So McDowell gets ready. Sam has walked only 2 men. He's thrown a lot of pitches in the game. High, ball 4, and that's the third walk. Second time he's walked Belanger. Now, Belanger's a good base runner. Let's see what Redmond will do. He bounced to third, bunted into a force play, and bounced to short.
That base on balls will get Lindy McDaniel up again in the Yankee bullpen. He's thrown quite a bit out there tonight.
All right, let's see if Sam can get out of this. Yankees have 2 big innings to get back. That 1 run they're behind. Belanger leads away. McDowell set. His pitch swing and a foul, and it hit Nestor Shalek in the mask. He was hit before. Got like a carom shot, hit the edge of his chest protector and then hit him on the side of the head. This one hit him flush on the mask. One strike on Redmond. Belanger with a good lead off first. McDowell checks him. Pitch is low. Nice scoop by Thurman Munson. Redmond is asked to have that ball examined quite often tonight. Not once has Nestor Shalak thrown it out. One ball, one strike, one out. Bottom of the seventh, Baltimore ahead 4-3. McDowell ready. Pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Sam taking plenty of time. He sets. Low again, and it's 3 balls and a strike. And Munson walks out towards the mound. Flips the ball to McDowell. Wind has been blowing straight out all night. By the 3-1 count, let's see if Belanger will go. 1 man out. Here's the stretch. He goes. The ball is taken. It's a strike throw. They got him. It was a bad pitch, but Redmond couldn't hold his swing, and Munson threw from right down around his shoe top a strike to Horace Clark, who put the tag on Belanger. A big play.
That was quite a play. I just watched it on the television playback they have here in the booth. And he snapped that throw, like you said, from very low. The throw came in on the first base side of second. Clark took it, was spun around by Belanger sliding in, but made the tag.
All right, the payoff pitch is popped up. And Felipe Alou at first base is under it and makes the catch. So McDowell gets out of a jam there. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 7. Baltimore 4, the Yankees 3.
Hey, baseball fans, this is Bill Edwardson. We've got sports for you in the morning on Breakfast with Bill. At 7:20 and 8:20, we'll bring you all the results and some commentary, too, on the sporting scene today. And, of course, most of all, our bill of fare on Breakfast with Bill is music. Got the good old favorites by Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, George Shearing, Dave Brubeck, and others. And some of the newer contemporary sounds, people like the Carpenters, and Karen Wyman, Barbara Streisand, and others. And at 7:45 and 8:45 and 9:45, it's time to laugh a little bit. That signals the Grump Club here on the Breakfast with Bill show. We'll hear from people like Alan Funt and his candid microphone, David Fry doing some of his hilarious political impressions, Fat Jackie Leonard, and Tom Lehrer, and others. All on Breakfast with Bill on the Grump Club, here from 7 to 11, Monday through Friday mornings on WQBK AM and FM Rensselaer.
This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause for station identification.
Hi, I'm John Watson, extending an invitation for all of you sports fans to join me weekdays and Saturday nights in John's World. We not only have music, but also weekdays we have the UPI financial reports at 15 before the hour on WQBK FM Rensselaer.
Well, Bobby Mercer will lead off, but he has gone back to the on-deck circle to get some more rosin and tar on the bat handle. Cleveland defeated Boston 4-2 in their first game. Boston came back to take the nightcap 16-7. Marty Patton getting the win, and Dick Bosman the loser. Detroit leads Milwaukee 1-0. They're in the bottom half of the third, and it's raining. Minnesota and Texas, no score, end of 2. Kansas City and Oakland, no score at the end of 1.5. Chicago at California later on. In the National League, well, we'll give them to you in a moment. Right now, we're ready for the pitch to Mercer.
All right. The pitch to Bobby is fouled back and out of play.
Montreal took the suspended game from Chicago 5-4. 18 innings. Chicago took the regular game 4-2 on 2 home runs by Rick Mundy, now has 18. Philadelphia beat the Mets 11-4 on home runs, a pair by Hutton, 1 by Unser. Atlanta 2, the Dodgers won at the end of 6.5 in their first game. San Diego won Cincinnati 0 at the end of 3. San Francisco and Houston scoreless at the end of 3, Phil.
All right, the pitch to Mercer. Ground ball. Bobby Grich is there, though, up with it. Over to first, and Mercer is out. And unless the Yankees do a little scoring, Bobby Mercer's hitting streak will go by the boards. Bobby 0 for 4 tonight. He had 12 games in a row. And now Jim Ray Hart. Hart came on as a pinch hitter for Bloomberg, who was the designated hitter. Ronnie, while he was in there, went 1 for 2, kept his average up to 403 over 400. There's a pitch outside, ball 1.
Willie Stargell hit his 23rd home run of the year, Phil, and Pittsburgh has a 3-0 lead over St. Louis at the end of 4.5.
All right, the next pitch is hit high in the air to shallow left. Belanger is back there in fair territory, now foul, and makes the catch just in foul territory. So there are 2 quick outs there in the top of the 8th. The Yankees trailing 4-3, and Greg Nettles fly to center, single to right to drive in a run, and pop to first base. On deck, Felipe Alou. Grant Jackson winds. His pitch inside as he came sidearm, ball 1.
You know, Phil, tonight there's been only one fielding chance for Brooks Robinson with all the left-hand hitters in the Yankee lineup. They were kidding Brooks before the game. You know, he dropped 4 balls last night, had them bounce off his chest.
Low and outside, 2-0.
Somebody suggested that he better send his chest to the Hall of Fame and get the glove back.
The 2-0 pitch. Swing, line drive, base hit to right field. Nettles continues to hit left-hand pitching. He's hitting all types of pitching, but he always could hit left-hand pitching. For the Yankees, that's their 9th base hit. And now Felipe Alou. Johnny Callison started in right field, and Johnny had bounced to second and single to right to drive in a run. Felipe Alou came on to pinch hit for Johnny in the 6th and fly to right. 2 out. Pitch to Felipe, foul just below us.
I talk about the base hits, Phil, and that's that home run by Thurman Munson, the only extra base hit in this ballgame for the Yankees. The last 18 hits before that were all singles.
Wow. The next pitch is outside, 1-1.
That pitch, Grant Jackson fell down. His spike slipped on the follow-through, and he was down on his backside.
He's lucky he didn't get hurt. The 1-1 pitch, foul back to the screen. It's a ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Thurman Munson. Orioles leading 4-3 with 2 out in the top of the 8th. Jackson ready. Ground ball hit to Grich at second. He's up with it and flips to first base for the easy out. For the Yankees, no runs, a base hit, no errors, a man left. And in the middle of the 8th, it's Baltimore 4 and the Yankees 3.
Another sound of Schaefer. The beer smooth as a saxophone. The one beer to have when you're having more than one. McDaniel will come on to pitch for the Yankees as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Sam McDowell pitches 7 innings. He allowed 4 runs, gave up 6 base hits. He walked 3 and he struck out 1, and leaves the ball game trailing by a score of 4-3. And Lindy McDaniel comes on. A few years ago, Phil, Lindy McDowell pitching for Cleveland in this ballpark. Alvin Dark came out to the mound, took him out of the ball game, and Sudden Sam was so upset, he reared back and heaved the baseball into the upper deck. Came within about 6 rows of throwing it completely out of this huge ballpark. And after the ball game, Frank Robinson said, well, he would have thrown it out, but that was his changeup. But he has thrown a lot of pitches tonight, so Lindy will come on and try to hold the Orioles to a 1-run lead. And try to set the stage for some heroics by Thurman Munson, Gene Michael, and Horace Clark, who will be the scheduled batters in the top half of the 9th inning. And Lindy McDaniel has pitched well for the Yankees. This is his 26th outing. He has 6 wins, 6 saves. He's lost 2 games. Pitches to an earned run average of 2.49. In 69 innings, he struck out 42 while walking but 24. So let's see what Lindy does, Phil.
All right, Frank. Grich has popped the first single to center and flied to center. He's driven in a run and scored a run. Lindy's pitch is a little bit inside ball 1. Baltimore 4, Yankees 3, bottom of the 8th. The kick and the pitch low and outside, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Paul Blair. That pitch is just outside, says Nestor Carlyle. Thurman Munson didn't think it was a ball. 3-0 to Bobby Grich. Lindy's 3-0 pitch right down the middle, 3-1. Grich asks for time, gets it now back in. Foul, back and out of play.
Sparky Lyle is warming up in the Yankee bullpen.
Just in case the Yankees tie it up or go ahead in the top of the 9th. Another foul out of play upstairs.
I think the Yankees would play this ball game right now as if it were a tie ball game. They're going to try to hold it just the way it is.
So Lindy delivers, and a tie ball for Lawson. Paul Blair, fly to center, fly to left, and singles. Blair has scored the run that has the Orioles out in front. Scored all the way from first on the short triple by Don Baylor. But he has made the fielding player this year, that's for sure, and for many years. Pitch to Blair. He bunts down third. It's a beauty, but Nettles is going to get him at first. Nobody at first. A base hit. Throw to second, and they almost got him. Beautiful backhand tag by Michael. Nettles made a good play, but Alou had come in for the bunt. Clark didn't come over to cover. And it's a good thing Nettles didn't throw it, or he'd have thrown it into right field.
Nettles wound up. He was ready to throw. Had his arm back, and all of a sudden thought to himself, there's nobody there. Lindy McDaniel had started off the mound toward third for the bunt, then dropped down to get out of the line of fire. But nobody covering first, so it's a gift single, really, for Paul Blair, giving him his second hit in the ballgame.
Actually, Paul has had 2 gift singles in this ballgame, but he's been hitting the ball so hard that he's got a couple of them coming to him. The batter now, Tommy Davis, who is 2 for 3. Single to center, single to right, and fly to right. Tommy is an excellent bunter, too. They're going to have to be ready to stretch. He was ready to bunt, but takes it high, ball 1. Davis turns around, stares at Billy Hunter, then gets back in the batter's box. Nobody out. Baltimore ahead, 4-3. Stretch by Lindy. He's going to bunt again, and it's high, ball 2, 2-0. So the Yankees, with a couple of fielding lapses tonight, have been in trouble. Rich at second. Blair at first. Pitch to Davis, and again he started a bunt. It was low, ball 3-0. And on deck, Big Earl Williams. Rio pitch. Davis will be taking. He does, and it's low. Ball 4. And that loads him up. Bases loaded, nobody out, and the Yankees have to play their infield in. And Earl Williams, though he has not had a good night, is a tough man to play in on. He slid to left, popped to first, and struck out. He has been the only Oriole in this ball game to strike out. So the Yankees will have to come to the plate on a ground ball to anybody in the infield or McDaniel. Baltimore ahead by a run. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a foul back, strike one. Don Baylor on deck. Have Grich at third, Blair at second, Davis at first. Lindy to the belt. His pitch, swing and a miss, and he had him way out in front. And the crowd now starting to get on Earl Williams a little bit in the last two nights. But since his little run-in with Earl Weaver, Weaver has suddenly become more popular than he had been. And Williams taking the brunt of the booing now. I still got to get that one big strike by him. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Munson had to scoop that one out of the dirt. All right, Lindy ready again. His pitch a little bit low, and he almost had him going for that low and away pitch. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Low, ball 3, 3-2. Now McDaniel has to come over the plate. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, and the infield in. Lindy sets. His pitch. Low, ball 4, and a run is forced in. Three walks by McDaniel in the inning and a bunt single. Ball has not been hit out of the infield. Only 1 ball has been hit. And the Orioles have scored a run. Billy Hunter comes in now to talk with Don Baylor. Baylor's foul to the catcher. Bounced to short and tripled. Baltimore now out in front 5-3. Again, the infield has to play in. The stretch. And the pitch is hit in the air to center field. That'll get a run in. Mercer back comes in now. Makes the catch. Throw comes in to third. Blair scores, and the Orioles lead 6-3 on a sacrifice fly by Don Baylor. His second run batted in. Blair scores for the second time. Another run is held. Davis at second, and Williams at first. And the batter now, Brooks Robinson. Robbie has flied to center, walked, and popped to third. Low, ball 1. They got a bigger crowd than last night, Frank.
That's right. 26,012 paid tonight here at Baltimore.
One man out. Drive to deep left center. Back by the bullpen. White back to the fence. Makes the catch right in front of the bullpen. And the runners have to go back. It looked like Brooks Robinson had himself a 3-run homer right there. So 2 men are out now. Andy Etchebarren, who singled, hit into a double play and fly to right. Davis at second, Williams at first. Low and outside, ball one. Daniel kicks, delivers, foul down the right field line, way back into the crowd. Two big insurance runs here for Baltimore in the bottom of the 8th. They lead 6-3. Another foul back in the crowd down the right field line and out of play. On deck, Mark Belanger. Runners lead away. Ground ball to third. Nettles has it. Goes to Clark for the fourth play. But the Orioles pick up 2 runs on just 1 bunt single. No errors and 2 men left. At the end of 8, Baltimore 6, the Yankees 3.
Live modern this summer. Live cool this summer with Fetters, the room air conditioner of excellence. The linkage of 2 words, Fetters and excellence, began more than 75 years ago. The company's founder established his business on the principle that if you build a product exceptionally well, your customers will be exceptionally loyal. And when you buy a Fetters product, you know that it has been engineered with an extra measure of care, manufactured with an extra measure of concern, fabricated of materials that offer an extra assurance of dependability. Though the cost of living is going up, Fetters actually keeps the cost of room air conditioners down with its Super Saver and Silver Anniversary specials. There's a Fetters room air conditioner model available to meet your particular cooling requirements. See them, then live modern, live cool with Fetters at Harold Drew's Appliance Albany, Cohoes Tobacco Company Cohoes, and Columbia Electric, Valatia.
Yankees' last shot at the Orioles right here in the 9th inning. Thurman Munson will lead it off, and then Gene Michael, and then Horace Clark. And the Yankees, Phil, have been known to make some moves in the 9th inning before this year.
Yes, they have. Uphill battle. Here's Thurman Munson, though. Thurman is 2 for 3. He singled, stole a base, bounced to second, and home it deep into the left field seats. A career high for Thurman Munson, his 11th home run of the year. All right, Grant Jackson ready. His pitch is hit high in the air to right center. Bretman moves over. He's under it and makes the catch. 1 away. Now Gene Michael, who has flied to center, struck out and flied to right. So Grant Jackson is the pitcher of record. The youngster who started, Jesse Jefferson, went 4 2/3 innings, and he got to pitch 5 innings to get credit for a win. Pitch to Michael, takes it outside, ball 1. So the Yankees need some base runners. They trail 6-3 here in the top of the 9th. There's the strike on the outside corner, 1-1. 1-1 delivery is looped into center field. Blair coming on hard and makes the running catch. Blair, who can do it all, really doing it tonight. He has been all over that outfield. 2 men are out. Clark has walked, struck out, singled, and was robbed of a bunt single on a great play by Brooks Robinson. Oh, 2 out here in the top of the ninth. It's to Horace outside, ball 1.
You know, talk about the contending teams in Eastern Division. One edge you have to give to Baltimore is defense.
Oh, definitely. High pop-up, short left. Back is Belanger, in is Baylor. Baylor calls and makes the catch. And that's it. 3 fly balls. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. The ball game is over, and the final score, Baltimore 6, the Yankees 3.
You know, radio means many things to many people. To me, it means being able to spend some time with you each day in a place I call John's World, a place I like to call your world. It all takes place at Q13 and Q104, WQBK. Now, you don't need a passport or any special attire to join us. Simply come as you are, and if possible, always bring a friend, right? You'll find John's World open weekdays from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., Saturday nights from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. I'm John Watson, hoping whoever you are, you'll always be able to find some time to visit with me and my musical friends. Whenever you drop by, you'll always be more than welcome. And oh, by the way, weekdays, I'll have stock reports and OTB reports, too, if that's to your liking. Remember that location now, Q13 and Q104, WQBK, AM, and Stereo FM.
Well, the Orioles sweep the 2-game series from the Yankees and cut the Yankees' lead in American League East to 1 full game. And the Yankees, although winning but 1 of 4 games on the road trip, still come home 1 game out in front. Baltimore 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The Yankees 3 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Grant Jackson, the winner, his record is 4-0, and Sam McDowell, the loser,